Hello, fellow trailblazers. Welcome to Escapes with TK and, of course, Money Adventures with TK. If you're new to any of the platforms, remember, hit the like button, subscribe button, and let us help us grow the community. So, as is tradition on the trailblazing community, I get to feature another beautiful, smart, intelligent trailblazer.
That's so weird, though.
What is weird about it?
All those accolades and rainbows and lasers and butterflies.
So luckily, I've had the privilege of sharing a couple of stages with you. I think the most recent one was in January, So in January,
what stage is that one?
It was a virtual
the virtual.
Future leaders or something. And I was like, I really need to get Hape on the show. So I get to speak to Hape. She will introduce herself, as is tradition on the show, and then we'll get straight into the conversation this afternoon. And of course, we are shooting from a Lapel Essentials Health and Wellness Spa. Let me do that again. Lapel Essentials Health and Wellness Spa, situated at Lower Tizani. This is my second time here, and I love the energy.
Self-care moments.
Yeah. Also, this
is my self-care hideout.
Yes. Situated in Lower Tizani in Maseru, just from, I don't know how far from the Circular Maseru Mall. We'll drop the location in the details below. But let's Google Maps, yes! So let's not waste any more time. So, Hape, who are you, and introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Hape Marite Mphale. Mphale is important. He liked it.
And he put a ring on it.
You know what I mean? I'm the co-founder of Black Hair Organics, which is a natural hair care product manufacturer, and also co-founder of the Natural Hair Studio, which is a hair salon for VIPs of the continent.
VIPs?
Allow me to explain that.
Okay.
By VIPs of the continent, it means people with natural hair, because we have shareholders. We have shares in the continent. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so without wasting any more time, for me, the first question I want to ask Hape, I've always wanted to ask you this question, is what do you wish? I wish. So what do you wish you were taught about money growing up?
Okay, let me give you like a background about my relationship with money and my upbringing. My father is an economist. That's already sort of like a red flag. So what he taught us is that you work for your money. I would say I grew up privileged in a way, but he never would just give you money for no reason. To get pocket money, I had to wash cars. I had to wash his cars. I charged my parents to make them tea and the chores I've just had a healthy relationship with money. You work for it. Whatever you work for, you're going to get something out of it. I was just never handed things.
Oh, wow.
And like with transport money, you had to request it over the weekend. If you request it in the morning when you're supposed to go to school, he'd be like, it's your responsibility to make sure that you're covered for the whole week. If you don't request it over the weekend, he's going to be like, I don't have any money.
Wow.
So I think I've always been in a disciplined environment growing up.
Wow. So I know without a shadow of a doubt that your dad studied economics, you studied marketing.
Yeah.
So maybe take us through that journey. Why did you decide to study marketing and eventually end up as an entrepreneur?
But I think I've always been an entrepreneur at heart, because I started my first business at the age of 13. I used to sell sandwiches during the winter holidays. But how I became a marketer, I have no idea how. I have no reason why I became a marketer. It was available, I guess. I qualified.
So So I think now when you say it was available, okay, great. So do you feel like you're using that skill
Definitely.
to yeah?
I think if I did not have the marketing background, I would not have the skills to actually create awareness around my brands and what it is that I am doing.
Talk us through what you do from a brand perspective. Like I know for a fact that Hape is a brand.
It is.
But also it is.
Get out.
But black hair, but black hair is also a brand. So is
The Natural Hair Studio. Yeah.
How did you work around branding those three brands?
I have a great support system. Like I said, I'm a co-founder. I'm the Musi Maimani of my brands. They're actually people running this show.
See why I love talking to Hape, guys.
I'm the leader, but I'm not the leader.
So you're just the face.
The face of the brand. I work with my husband. It was one of those pillow talk sessions like, hey babe, like you know I'm obsessed with my hair. It's like, hey, why don't you do something about it? And in terms of design, okay, I've had a terrible relationship with graphic designers. I find them to be unreliable.
Look at that face. No shame.
And they don't account for their jobs. Like they'll say, yeah, I'll do something. Then that's when I discovered Canva. Canva, like if you look at the first black hair packaging design, I did that myself because people were wasting my time. I don't have time. So I feel like naturally I'm a creative person. I can visualize things, and also I like challenging myself to try things. I'm a crazy DIY person. Like that type of girl. It's like I'm not gonna wait for my man to fix the door if I can figure it out myself. So that's how black hair came about. I was just trying things out. I put things together, little dots, little things, and it became a brand.
A brand. A very big, popular brand at that.
It's growing. It is growing.
So now from black hair, you move into Natural Hair Studio. And I remember having a conversation, I think it was in 2019, 2020 early, when you were actually in the process.
The process of building the Natural Hair Studio.
And I can imagine it does not come cheap.
It doesn't.
So how did you go about it?
Friends, family, and fools. Primarily, like it's a family-owned business. So my mom, my husband, my father, if you can look at the location, I always have a way of convincing people to bring out the resources and join the party. Yeah.
And I think in the same way that you said family, this is a family-owned business.
It's a family-owned business.
In the last conversation we had, you had built a team because trying to get hold of Hape is quite an extreme sport, And the popular thing is dream work is teamwork.
Teamwork? What?
Teamwork is dream work. I don't know which one comes first.
How does it
Teamwork
go?
is dream work. Yes, I think that's the correct one.
Yeah.
So what's your take on teams? And as an employer, what's your take on employee benefits?
Employing people is an extreme sport. I've had challenges. I've had motuare we are lunching and they didn't come back.
As in they resigned.
Mid serving clients.
You're lunching, and that's it.
I was like, no, you've been on your feet the whole day. Go take your 2-minute break and then come back. She never came back.
So what must happen?
I'm scarred.
wait. What does that?
Traumatizing.
What does that say about you as the employer?
I don't. I'm not gonna internalize that. I just take it as people are not even trying to work. People think money should be handed to them. It's not a me problem. It is honestly not a me problem.
Okay, so we're running out of time. I think like we need more time for Hape. Like Hape is such an excuse. So the last question that I have, and two last questions. So what's your take on separating business and personal finances as an entrepreneur?
When you start off, It's not easy. You are the business is you. But as you are growing and involving more people into the business, you're responsible for everyone else. It's no longer just about you. So now I have a salary. I did not at some point.
Cheers to that. Yes,
it's my payday. So now that when you are involving other people into your team and you're now responsible, you need to make sure that they also get paid on time. Can we please respect people's paydays?
On time. Just like they respect you also the first.
On time, because I think that's another session. We should have sessions about my traumatic experiences with employers.
Employers. Or employees.
Employers. Oh. Remember, before I became an employer, I was an employee.
I'm also an employee, a former employee, by the way. Just like. Anyway, sorry.
I experienced people not respecting my payday. So as part of like my mantra, it's like I need to respect people's payday, even if I don't have enough, even if we didn't make enough. If I promised you 5,000 kadiwan, go for 5,000 kadiwan. I'm not gonna start telling you stories. That is disrespectful.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. And then in closing, I want to come back to that 5,000, but offline. In closing, what does the future look like? Without giving away too much, what does the future look like?
Where are the shades?
That's great. That's great. Shades, somebody
I need shades. I need shades. Like, so that it's like, ooh, the future. There's quite a lot that's happening right now in terms of setting up expansion, in terms of distribution for the products, and also opening a second branch.
But I know we ran out of time, but there's one question that I forgot to ask. Yes, Mr. Videographer, forgive me, I know. You ventured into e-commerce online.
It has always been there.
Has it always been
like
there?
From day one.
Serious? So
from
it's
day
just
one,
now,
it's just now, I think COVID
yeah, I was about to ask.
nudged it in the right direction. It has always been there.
And
since,
how's that going?
last month, the sales were epic.
It's because of the sale.
Obviously, people like to say, we're living in hard times. We're all living in hard times.
Budget, like Mansa would say,
Yeah,
budget, okay, say budget only.
And then I come through and say, but the sale. Budget Majui. I said Majui, yeah. No, but what I've realized is that most users of our online platform are people outside the country. Y'all are the ghetto. Can you just
So what are we saying about our people? Like,
practice shopping online? It's so like you're on your couch, you're relaxing. You just add to cart, you pay, you check out, and it's delivered to you. It's really that simple. But
hey.
drama.
Okay, so in closing, what do you want the viewer or the listener or the reader of the article, because we're doing an article / video / podcast episode. What's your closing remarks? Hey, we've been working. Hey.
Busy?
Yeah, we're busy.
What was your question?
Closing remarks, words of inspiration, whatever you want to tell the viewer, the listener, the reader of any of my
Don't overthink it. Like, if you want to get into entrepreneurship, she knows that. Don't overthink it. The owner of La Pearl.
The owner of La Pearl. I was like, hey.
The owner of La Pearl. We've had these conversations that we sometimes overthink what we're supposed to do. We look too much into the broader picture rather than just starting. If you start small, start messy, just start.
Just start.
Yeah.
Start, I think it's author Ash, I don't know how to pronounce this. Basically says start with what you have. Start where you are. Just start. Yeah. You know. So whether you want to go into entrepreneurship, you want to start a YouTube channel, you want to start a podcast, you want to start a business, you want to start a career, an online brand, hair product, natural hair studio, something. Just start. Guys, it's been amazing. I will definitely have Hape. I've tried to get her on my platform for over 2 years. That's how busy she is. That's how big a brand she is, and she's wearing black.
It's my favorite color. It's so simple.
And no, my hair is not from the other place. No, it's not.
We're not mentioning names.
We won't mention names.
Yeah.
If you like this video or podcast or article, give it a thumbs up. Remember to hit the subscribe
Like and
button.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Stop begging for this. Just like demand. I demand you to
Maybe that's what I need. Demand you
like,
subscribe.
subscribe.
If not, I'll get you and I'll
like I
I'll
know
take
where
your
you
phone
live.
and I'll be like, love, peace, and money.
Catch it.